The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios, Windy City After Dark. I am your storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and I'll be playing Jacqueline Duran, Clan Ventru.
I'm Lady Marowif, and I'll be playing Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian.
I am the Lifesaver, and I play Destiny Star Jones, Kaitif.
I'm Miriam, and I play Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I'm Mickey Bear, and I play Sam Grant, Clan Bruja.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
First off, I'd like to welcome everybody to Season 3 of Windy City After Dark. When we last were with this group of kindred, well, they'd had an eventful night for everybody involved. And then they'd gone home to their respective havens, spent some time doing odd and end projects, and then all but Sam were caught up in 3 days of memories. A memoriam. The events that we're going to kick off tonight start just a day or two after the memoriams have ended and they have woken again. And to open it up, we're actually opening up with Jackie tonight because she had a phone call she felt was very important to make.
I am dialing the number I was given for Karina Dobson to follow up with her after my last call.
And it rings 2 times, and then a voice comes on. It's not Karina's, but Office of Miss Dobson, how can I help you?
Good evening, this is Jacqueline Duran. I was calling to make sure that my friend arrived and introduced herself to Miss Dobson.
Please hold a second.
Thank you.
And you hear hold music. And then you hear the phone click. Jackie!
Karina, how are you, darling?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Pressure's a business, and
yes.
it's always something to do, a schedule to run, things to get in charge of.
Of course, always, always. But I am sure you will be immensely successful in everything you endeavor.
Well, that's what they say.
So, did my friend arrive as expected?
Yes. We picked her up yesterday. She on a private flight. She
Good.
came in.
Good.
And she's getting settled in.
Good. The documents I provided for her should be enough for her to get established and get new identification and such in your city. So she should be set.
Okay, well, that works. I'll find something for her to do to keep her busy, keep her mind off things.
Appreciate it.
And keep her out of trouble.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No, it's not a problem. And if I ever need anything, I will be sure to contact you as well.
Of course. I am at your disposal when you need me.
Of course. Well, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm busy. When Secretary told me who it was, I just had to speak for a second there.
I appreciate you taking the time. I know you are exceptionally busy.
Well,
Do have a lovely evening.
I will. If you ever get a chance to pop over, let me know. We'll go for a night on the town again.
Oh, I would love to do that, Karina. As soon as I can, I will get away, I promise.
Yeah, I know the as soon as I can part. It's always something.
It always is.
Well, you have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
And then the line goes dead.
Okay. And then I gather my bag and let Etienne know I need to make my way over to Roscoe's shop.
Yes, ma'am. And the two of you go and you get in the car. Now, as you're riding over there, I'm going to flash over to Lamar. Lamar's got some things to do tonight. What you've got going on, Lamar?
So after Lamar comes to from 3 days of memories, he happens to check he has Tyrone check his phone. Tyrone's been promoted to his assistant to handle his phone and his calls. And when he reaches out to Tyrone lets him know that Tariq hasn't been spoken to in a couple of days because his grandmother passed away. And Tariq's grandmother was Lamar's wife, so he finds out exactly where her body is being interred and decides to go visit. But before he does, he asks Tyrone to go ahead and he gives him Zal's number and asks him to have Zal meet him at the funeral home.
Okay. And no problem, boss. I'll take care of that. And
thank you.
You head over to the funeral home.
And he pulls up and he waits for a little bit before, just to see what traffic is there.
You can roll wits awareness, or you can roll wits streetwise. I will let you pick. It's up to you.
Gonna go with wits streetwise.
Not bad. You got 5 successes. Not bad at all. It's kind of a quiet night. It's quieter than you'd honestly expect it to be. But it's not long. You're waiting out there, and you actually catch movement in one of the buildings nearby, one of the alleys between it. And you do recognize the movement. It's Zal, but she's hanging in an alley instead of out in the main area.
Lamar will kind of wave at her just to make sure that he acknowledges her presence. And then once he sees that no one else from the family is there, like his daughter or Tariq or anyone, he will get out and then he'll head over to Yali and go to approach Zal.
Now, it's late enough at night that it's not regular visiting hour or viewing hours are over, but that's not, you know this place and you know the general area, and a little bit of extra money can get viewing extended for a private viewing of somebody, of course.
Yeah, he'll slide whoever's on duty $100 bill.
But
just for run of the place for a little bit.
Zal, when you get close to her, though, you see anybody?
See anybody?
I swear I was being followed earlier.
Is that how long you been feeling that way?
Tonight?
And Lamar just takes a quick look around to see if he sees anybody else paying too much attention.
5 successes? No. Actually, it's strangely quiet. There's less people around than there should be in general.
No, it's pretty quiet here, but thanks for coming. Yeah, something you said not long ago was on my mind lately, and there's someone in here I'd like to talk to, if maybe you could help me out with that.
I can try. I can't promise they're there or nearby, but we can check.
I'm only asking for the attempt.
I can do that. That's not a problem.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's head inside. I'll make sure we're not being bothered.
Okay. And you notice she's got her guitar on her back, and she actually picks up a small portable amplifier. And the guy at the door looks at her funny, but you've already bribed to make sure that, private viewing. And she goes inside. Now, as you're going in, you think you caught a sight of somebody down the block, ducking into an alley right as you look that way.
All right. Lamar's going to enter the building. He's going to see if the person tries to get any closer.
Okay. As you're getting in the building, you don't see him at all again. And when you go inside, the first thing you hear is, you can hear Zal muttering to herself as you come in.
He listens to her, tries to see if he can understand what she's muttering, or if does she look she's talking to somebody.
She seems to be talking one at a time. You heard that for sure. Not everyone at once.
Hey, is everything okay? Or
yeah, there's just a lot of chatty Cathys in here, and they just won't shut up. They think by all of them yelling at me, they can get me to hear them better.
They want something from you, or they saying anything in particular about anyone here?
Same things as always. They want me to let their family know this and let their family know that, and tell their wife this, tell their son that. It's tedious after a while. If I went and did half of what they asked me to do, they'd lock me up, throw away the key.
That's rough. I don't know how you do it. That seems
I avoid places
crazy.
like this normally.
Okay, that's fair. Right this way, and he'll guide her towards where Angela's the room that Angela's body is being viewed in.
And she's laid out respectfully in the casket. And the guy at the door, he nods as you go in, and he just steps out of the room totally to leave you private time to walk over and look. And as you approach the casket, she looks like she's sleeping. It's not like she's dead, but you've not your first funeral. But do you know her?
I did. And even as he looks and he suspiciously sees, well, not suspiciously, but there's very conspicuously no pictures of him present, given how he left. So, yeah, I knew her a long time ago, and she was one of the best people I knew. I don't know a lot of good people.
It's funny. That seems to be a reoccurring thing among our kind, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, some of us get plucked out of, nice places, good homes, somewhat decent lives. One night you're you, and the next night your life's over. kind of literally. But
Don't I know that? My family. Haven't seen them since because I know I couldn't explain what I am or explain what happened to me. So I just don't see them.
yeah, and when I joined up, where I joined up, there was a lot of we don't talk with our dinner, if you get what I mean. So
I've heard that before.
yeah,
Yeah. Leads to a lonely existence, doesn't it?
yeah, one kind of loneliness, you know.
I know you didn't call me here to show me. I assume, based on previous conversations, you're curious.
Yeah, I need to know if she's here at all.
I can ask.
Yeah, if you can ask, that'd be great.
And she actually, her eyes glaze over a bit. You even see a touch of the blackness that you're used to seeing in members of your clan in her eyes as she looks around. But there's also a slight different edge to it. You're not quite sure the difference, but it's not exactly the same. Anyone? Her. Did she join you? Are you sure? Positive. Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. And her eyes return to normal. She looks over at you. Somebody that looks like that picture there. And they point at one of the pictures of her when she was younger. Looks just like her was here earlier. When the family was here.
Okay.
And not on our side, on their side, by the way. Like, looks like that. She was here on the other side when the family was here, and then when the family left, she left.
Okay.
They said she was new, and that's all they could say.
Yeah. So, just out of curiosity, do you know what happens to people when you got any idea what happens when do they go away? Do they always stick around for a while or what?
They're not exactly forthcoming as often as you would think. But from what I gather, they're around a while. Though I've never met any really old ones, at least none that could definitively show they were old or tell me they're old. But they hang around a while, many of them. I don't understand most of what they say. And I don't understand why sometimes they're one way, and then I will speak to the same person, and they'll be angry, violent. Another time, they talk of what do they call it? The shadow is what they refer to it as. But the way they speak of it, it's like themselves, but it's not themselves. But if she's there, she's around somewhere.
Okay. That gives me a little something to go on. Hey Zal, thank you for coming out and doing this. I appreciate it.
And she actually reaches over and grabs your arm. And when she looks at you, there's a pain-ridden look on her face. You took it as comfort. It's not. Do not take it as comfort. If you have a choice, you do not want to be on that side. You want to stop existing. You don't want to join them. And you should never wish for your family to.
Man. So is she suffering, do you think? Or
if you were Christian, call it purgatory.
Son of a bitch.
That
okay.
I've figured.
Okay. Look, if you need something from me in the future, you let me know.
I will.
If I can help out, yeah, I'll help you out.
I'll make sure I look for you if I need help.
All right.
Matter of fact, can you just hang out a few minutes after I leave here and just watch? Make sure I'm not being followed?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Because the spirits aren't being helpful tonight.
You heading out right now?
I can't find the woman you're looking for.
All right, then I'll go ahead and hang out here. And
Hopefully they'll hear about it. Maybe she'll come looking for you.
maybe she will.
Word gets around on that side.
And Lamar kind of he kind of mulls that over while Sal gets prepared to go, and then he will hang out and just make sure that
Okay, now how do you hang out? I want to know where you're watching from. Yeah. How do you?
He's not going to hang out he'll go ahead and head into the alley next to the building.
Okay.
And he will watch from there, just like watch the street in general.
Okay.
Make sure that, see if there's anybody driving around or lurking around outside.
And she goes out and goes the opposite direction from where she came. And as she slips out, heads down the street, doesn't take but a minute before you actually see 3 shapes detach from one of the alleys. Walking down the street. There's 3 guys, kind of large. Bikers by their look, but you don't notice any bike colors, any kind of bike name. Definitely bikers by their outfit. And they seem to be shadowing her a bit.
Lamar will shadow them, try to get a little closer and see if either he recognizes them or if it looks like they're going to try to go after her.
As they pass by you, one of them stops. There's one nearby. And the guy next to him goes, "Yeah, that's not the one we're looking for, though. She went that way."
Do they continue to follow? Do they break off and continue to follow her? Or?
One looks in your direction. Can't tell if he saw you or not, but he looks your direction before his buddy just grabs him. And they continue down the street, heading towards where Zal was.
Lamar's going to... He knows the area, so he's going to see if he can follow Zal, but maybe cut them off and see if, how far or how close they're trailing her.
They're obviously not trying to catch her. They're following far enough to keep an eye on her, but not actually trying to catch up to her yet. I'd like you to roll, though, since you're sneaking around a bit. You're going to do dexterity and stealth, or I will even let you do, I don't know, I like dex streetwise as well.
I will take dex streetwise, and
I rolled as well. 3 successes. Okay. You cut up, get ahead of them, you think. Running quick. You think you managed to catch up quite a bit ahead of them. And you actually come upon Zhao. She's like,
"You're being followed. 3 guys. They look like they be some kind of gangbangers, but then they also don't look like they're smart enough to keep it to themselves. You in trouble?"
They've been following me ever since I was over at the old It's an old Native American grave area that I was, I like cemeteries. So I went to an old burial mounds, and they've been following me since then.
Church of the Resurrection?
No, that's Mary's church? No, I don't go out there anymore. I went there once, and that was spooky. That was some
Okay, I
weird
was going to
shit.
say, stay away from that place, definitely. Look, you need to go somewhere safe, somewhere public, too. That way they're not going to start anything. I think there's a all-night diner down the block.
I mean, how public are we talking?
Lots of people.
And I know somewhere I could go that it's really got a lot of people.
I don't know how cautious these guys are. Lots of regular people with cell phones. Maybe they won't try anything.
Lots of our kind, too. It's not my normal night for Succubus Club.
Yeah, go there.
But I know it's open.
Yeah, go to the Succubus Club. Go there, hang out. If they're willing to come in there, then they're going to bring on a lot more trouble than they're...
Who are they? Do you know it?
I don't know who they are, but they're following you. They passed me up to follow you, so yeah, definitely get somewhere safe, and if necessary, we can figure out something else later.
Okay. Good idea.
How long is it going to take you to get there?
Oh, I don't like to use my stuff. I'm going to just disappear and run for it.
Good plan. I'll get in touch with you later just to make sure you're all right.
Okay. And she waits till you turn your head a little bit, and then you don't see her anymore.
And he'll double back.
And as you're
and head
doubling
back to his car.
One of the guy that sniffed you out, you see him step out of an alley in front of you. Okay, Leech. Why are you interrupting my hunt?
Was I in your way?
No, but I'm pretty sure you warned her we were following her.
Big city, strange guys following a woman. I mean, you do know how that looks, right?
I don't care. If you know it's good for you, leave now. I'm after the one we want. Stepped on a place she shouldn't have. I'm not feeling like roughing you up, but I can't promise my buddies won't. So my suggestion is to take off before they realize you're here.
And Lamar kind of like just looks him over from head to toe real quick. He's looking for anything like any defining jewelry, markings, just something that he might
Nothing you
be
can
able
see
to...
on him defining. Though you can feel in a lot of ways like you are that predator aura around him. Look, I know you're not going to want to talk to me about it. You don't trust me to run for it, but let me tell you, some of us don't think we're ready for this kind of war. Don't give a shit what your kind did. We've got to survive to make it worth it. But I can tell you, my two friends, they just want blood.
Look, we don't want any trouble either. Maybe you relay that to them, get them to rethink whatever they're thinking, because it's a bad idea. But you know what? Tonight, I'm going to go ahead and take your suggestion here. We're going to part ways. Maybe we don't see each other again after this.
Good. I like that one. I like that a lot.
But yeah, I'd definitely not get caught out here like this. You guys are putting out a certain vibe that people are going to catch on to. So,
and you hear a voice shout, "Tommy, did you go down that way?" Nah, nothing down this alley.
Later, Tommy. And Lamar will go ahead and double back to his car, get in, and he's going to text Jackie as best he can.
Okay. What do you send her, and we'll see how it comes out.
He tries to send her need to meet. Probably like N569.
You got need meet.
With a question mark.
You know, he needs somebody to take care of this for him. She sends back, have a meeting now. Our club. 1 hour. Maybe 2.
He types okay. She probably gets Q.
Yeah.
Or just a Y.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Jackie was going over. Lamar was handling this. I know Eleanor was wanting to speak with Sam. Where was Eleanor wanting to speak with Sam at? Was it the club?
Was the club.
Hmm.
In fact, since we all traded numbers, once she kind of gets herself together this evening, she's going to text Sam and say, "Are you at the club?" ? If no, would you like to be at the club ?
Would you like me to be at the club? ?
Yes! !
Fantastic. See you there in 20.
Thumbs up emoji.
Okay.
Heart emoji.
So Eleanor's heading over towards the club. Sam's going to be going over there. Let's do Jackie and Roscoe real quick.
Okay.
Roscoe, you're at your shop.
Yeah, when I woke up and got myself together, I am going to send a text to Sam too, saying, "Hey man, overslept a bit. All okay?"
Yeah, Sam's going to send back, "No shit." Yeah, everything's fine. What the hell? We'll talk later.
Okay, we'll talk later. Have a meeting now.
Yeah, I'll be at the club. I'll be arriving at the club here in about 20 minutes for a meeting, and we'll talk after that. Okay?
Sounds good.
Fantastic.
And then, Jackie, did you texted Roscoe and let him
we
know
had
you
already,
arranged to meet at the bookstore?
it was prearranged.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Roscoe, when you head over to the bookstore,
Yeah, she's not ambushing him.
Right. Jackie's already out front in the vehicle with Etienne standing outside of it, just relaxing, waiting.
Oh, hello, Etienne. Welcome. Come in, please.
I'm going to stay out here. And he opens the door to let Jackie out of the back of the vehicle.
And she gets out. Roscoe,
Jackie.
good evening.
I will be out here, ma'am.
Thank you, Etienne.
And he leans back up against the car.
Can you run back and grab the documents that Sam needs?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And then bring him back with you here to pick me up.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
He gets in the car and drives off. And I leave the scene to Jackie and Roscoe.
I open the door to the bookstore and hold it open for her.
Thank you so much, Roscoe, and I go ahead and enter.
And as I go to follow her in, I just look around just to the usual check, head on a swivel to see who's watching.
You can roll wits awareness if you really want to check. And
that's okay. I'm not going to willpower that.
You open up with a very Steve Prairie roll of 1 success.
He doesn't see nothing.
Doesn't see anything.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Well, Roscoe, thank you so much for making time to meet with me.
Sure, Jackie.
I wanted to first thank you for what you have done to support the code.
Of course.
You have truly been beneficial to our group endeavors, and I've noticed you looking out for individuals in the coterie, and I appreciate it.
It's always good to be useful.
Indeed.
And we are a family.
That is a very interesting way to put it. I suppose we are, aren't we? Slightly dysfunctional, but all families are.
That's right.
Very good, very good. I had a question for you because
Sure.
it's been something on my mind, and I realized that I just didn't have enough information to really form a full assessment and opinion. And I knew that it was because I wasn't present when the event occurred, and you were, and since you are so prone to saying what you saw, that you might be able to help fill in some gaps for me.
And anything I can.
I appreciate that.
Which event?
The night we were at Red Number 5.
Oh, yes.
Yes. While I was having a very unpleasant meeting with Aluk, it seems that you all had a very unpleasant meeting with Genghis.
Oh, that, well, it started out kind of funny. I mean, Genghis was dancing a bit close to Destiny, mocking her a bit. And the usual banter went back and forth between them. But after it came up that, he may be trying to use Destiny, calling her his to-be wife, using that just to rile up Annabelle more than actually being interested in Destiny. There's some animosity between Lamar and Genghis. Lamar basically saying that this rose is already taken, so you can take a step back if.
Oh, I see.
And it went downhill a bit.
It
after
escalated
that.
from there, I imagine.
Oh yes, it did. Because neither one of them would give ground.
Exactly. Oh my. Okay.
Lamar actually used a quote from a movie from way back, from Young Guns. Said he could make Genghis famous.
I don't believe I've ever seen that film.
Oh, that's basically that's where Billy the Kid, that he would make people famous
by killing them.
By killing them.
Oh my. Yes.
And Genghis clued into that one right away. Apparently he's seen the movie too.
Obviously he has. Oh my. Yeah, I can see that not going over well.
No,
indeed.
it didn't.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was the piece I was missing, because Lamar, while he mentioned he, basically had some words and stuff, that he didn't go into detail, and I kind of needed details to truly form an opinion.
Well, Genghis did say that they'll meet again and that we can bet on it. So I imagine there's going to be a problem in the future.
Well, Lamar's mouth wrote checks his butt may not be able to cash.
Or Genghis.
Or Genghis did. We will have to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, very interesting. Okay, well, leading up to, pissed off Bruja, what can you tell me about Sam?
What would you like to know? We've been
you said
friends
he's
a long time.
yes. That is what I do not know him, and I will admit he makes me a bit nervous.
He can make anybody nervous.
It's not
But
just
he's a good
him.
guy.
I generally, if you have noticed, when Genghis comes around at times where I have been present, I make myself scarce shortly after his arrival. When our sheriff comes around, I get down to business and then get done very quickly and separate very quickly. I generally do not associate with Bruja more than I have to.
I understand there's some clan animosity.
It's not even that. I don't blame Bell for what he did to Hardestat. Hardestat was an asshole. But it's just the fact that they are known for their tempers. And I, as a Ventru, am worried that, at times I can get a little arrogant and I might say the wrong thing. And next thing you know, I have, dragon's breath in my head.
I don't think you have to worry about that with Sam.
Truly.
He's truly.
Thank you. Because I was fearful.
Nope, I think Sam's going to be a good fit to the coterie.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, is there anything I can do for you?
Not at the moment. Are you, what are your plans for the evening? Are you going to the club?
I am, actually. Lamar asked to meet with me there.
Okay, because I'm supposed to meet Sam over at the club as well.
Oh, fantastic. Because I had Etienne he's bringing back the documents that Sam requested, the licenses and such for his weapons.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll just bring those with me and drop them off to him.
I will warn you, he's a little peeved that we disappeared for a couple of days.
Oh. Goodness, how young is he? Has he never had that happen before?
I don't think he has.
Have you had that? Did you have it too?
I did.
I did too.
I relived the event at the DC Chantry.
Oh, I was already gone by then. What? I'd heard about it, but I was already gone by then. Wow. So, what did you see?
Oh, it was the attack on the Chantry. And my sire, Helena,
Helena Taylor is your sire?
Yes, she is, Jackie. I would like you to keep that to yourself.
I will. But oh, Helena, she was wonderful. I so enjoyed her. I was in DC for, goodness, almost 30 years. I'm surprised our paths never crossed.
I am too. But I've been a recluse most of the time. So.
Goodness. Is she still well?
Yes, she is.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Good. Goodness. The attack on the Chantry. That was right along the time of my memory.
Really? What was yours? If you mind saying.
Roscoe, swear to me you do not say what you see and hear about the coterie to outsiders.
I will swear to you. I mean, you also have a secret of mine that you will hold as well.
It was a night. My sire's torpid body was brought to me in New Orleans. 3 nights after Vitel was taken down in DC in 99. My sire was one of the Archons involved.
Is he okay now? Did he recover from torpor?
He was in London. He did recover from torpor, but he was in London.
Okay.
In 2012. So, no, he's not okay.
Oh, understood.
But it is what it is. These things happen. And especially with someone in that position, the risks are even greater.
Yes, I understand.
So, but interesting. And you mentioned your sire.
Yes.
In your vision.
Yes. She, we were defending the Chantry as best we could.
Oh, goodness.
We ended up having to make a run for it. As it fell.
Goodness, that's a terrible memory to relive.
It is. And there were several other things that came up as a result of it that some things, even though I do take you into confidence, it may be better left unsaid for a bit while I work things out.
That's fine.
I mean, it could be just artifacts of our memories, how they work. So I'm not even 100% sure they really happened. You know how it is.
I have had these before. I have a little bit of age on me. It is funny how thank you. But present and past seem to merge a bit in them. Heck, in mine, my child was someone. And I didn't embrace her until 2012. So, but it is normal to see things from your present interjected and interposed on your past, and perhaps things are as you are recollecting, and perhaps they are not. I think it is more the emotions that are important in them, personally. At least that has been my experience. So. But I will head back to the club, and I suppose I'll see you there.
Sounds good. I will see you there.
Okay. Thank you.
Good having a talk with you.
It's good talking with you too, Roscoe.
And you end up having to make small talk for a little bit while longer, waiting on Etienne. And now we're going to flash to Destiny, who happens to be nearby the club. She's at her clinic, checking up on her clinic. And it's a good night. I mean, there's a number of people there. But you're not there long when somebody you recognize actually comes in the door. It's Bobby, one of Winneca's.
Bobby?
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, Bobby. Welcome.
Nice place. Can we, step in one of the offices real quick? Just real fast.
Yeah, of course. Give me just a second. And I will lead him down the hall to not my main office, but one of the soundproofed, like, therapy office rooms.
And as soon as you get him in there, he stops scratching and picking at himself. Suddenly, his whole posturing changes. He almost stands in front of you at parade rest, oddly enough. Winneca sent me to pass a message to you. He said, watch out.
Is that the entire message?
He said, the lupine, a little more active. We've been seeing him on the prowl. His eyes said the number of raiding packs currently running around the city.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
He wasn't sure that you'd ever find out before it was too late, so he sent me down to let you know.
Okay. If he has any more information, you can come right on down and get some more treatment.
And he actually reaches behind his back and he pulls out 9mm. He also told me to give you this in case you need it.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't know how to use one of those.
You might want to learn. And with a practiced hand, you see him rock the slide back. And he actually shows you inside as a silver bullet chambers up into the pipe.
Okay. Does Winneca have many of these?
Oh, you don't worry about him. We don't worry about them in our area. But you're not with us. You're not in the camp.
Yeah. So. Okay. Thank you. I will see if I can ask Lamar to take me to a shooting range, I guess.
Well, he figured somebody in your little group of friends can teach you to shoot.
I know Lamar can, so I guess we'll see what I can do. Otherwise, I should probably not practice with the one in there right now, right?
No, you should use different rounds than that.
Yeah, I should probably figure out.
Nothing else. You can wait till they get really close to you. It's hard to miss at that closer range. You can hope.
I mean, couldn't I just get a silver dagger then?
Those are a little bit longer to make. Takes a lot more silver to make a silver dagger. And I think, as Winneca puts it, they look pretty, but they handle like shit.
All right. It's true. Thank you for the information. Tell Wineka that I send my best.
And you see him, Bobby, lean over to the side some, and you see a mark down his neck. It's a scar of some kind. And I can tell you, you don't want to get close enough to use a knife. That's too close.
Is that from the first Lupine War?
Yeah. And he opens his mouth a bit, and you actually see his eye teeth extend. This was after this. The mark stays.
Okay. That's disconcerting.
We can heal most of it, but it always leaves a mark that doesn't go away.
I don't want to mar my beautiful skin, so I guess I better learn how to shoot, huh?
That's our advice. I just want to
Thank you
stop
for the
in and let
advice.
you know. He gave me that mission, and now I'm off to tell Cedric the same thing.
Thank you.
No problem
You're
at
good
all.
people.
You know I do what he says. I owe him too much not to.
I know.
Have a good night, Destiny.
You too.
And as he steps out, he starts again, picking and scratching at his skin like he's got little bugs crawling on him in places. And now, I think we're going to flash over to Eleanor and Sam meeting at the club. Who got there first?
I was driving myself, so
Well, Michael was driving Eleanor, so.
So, Sam probably got there first because Michael was not. He was spending half the trip talking about. He's still upset at the other bartenders about changing the order of the liquor he keeps doing. He's still really upset about that. But Sam, you get there first. Now the club's open, but you've got people that run it, or the coterie has people that run it. They know to let you in through the VIP or through the garage entrance, either way. Nothing you have to worry about with that.
Yeah, I'll just go through the garage, head to the conference room.
So when Michael pulls up, you see that same car that you saw the night Sam was given to the coterie, parked right there in the garage.
It's such a pretty car.
It is, but isn't he the one that was smoking up in upstairs?
Yes, he was the one that was smoking upstairs. Yes, and it was quite rude.
Because Mr. Rand had me going in there and doing everything I could to get the smell of smoke out of that damn room.
Did it come out at all?
It took some work. A lot of Febreze, actually. I mean, a lot of Febreze.
A lot of, like, 3 Febrezes?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't smell like smoke. It smells like Febreze.
I'm not sure that's better, but you did exactly what you were asked. And I'm so sorry that it was so hard to do and that you had to sit in that room.
It was
with
just
all
a lot of
the-
spritz, 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 spritz.
I appreciate it, Michael. Hopefully you will not have to do that again.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. Hopefully next time he does something like that, we'll just send one of the other people to clean it, because Mr. Rand seems to not like most of the staff to linger on that part of the building.
Yes, she's particular about that. And I understand. But so I really appreciate that you took the time.
Well, we're here. I mean, I guess I'll get... Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to... He gets out and opens the door for you. I'm trying to get better at this. I'm trying.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're doing just fine. It takes some practice.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. Mr. Berkeley never had me do this kind of stuff. He wasn't what I was with him for.
Yeah, he's also a guy. Slightly
A bit
different.
of a stuffed shirt. Yeah.
Yes. Starchy.
Yeah. Oh, I won't even talk about what I had to do with his lawn. Never mind. Starch, extra starch, as much starch as he could get. You could actually stand his clothes up without the coat hanger in the corner some days. from all the starch they'd put it. Never mind. It was.
That is entirely too much starch.
It looked good, but you had to throw the clothes out after like 3 times.
Yeah, why would you? That's just waste.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I will let you get to, and I'm going to go to my meeting.
I'm going to go check on the bartender.
Yes.
And he gets an odd look, almost a grin, like he knows he's about to start some trouble.
Oh, Michael, be nice.
I'm going to be very nice, but if he's reordered it again, we're going to have words.
Nice words.
Okay, I'll be very polite. Is it polite to call him a disorderly cockmuncher?
That is kind of middle of the road between polite and rude.
Okay, I'll keep the disorderly part then.
Yeah.
Okay. He walks you over to the door, and then you see him. As soon as you get inside, he beelines over towards the bar, and you can actually almost hear the bartender rolling his eyes as Michael's approaching.
I see that look. And then I head up to find Sam.
Okay, and you find him in the conference room, and I'll turn the scene over to you two now.
Sam, can I call you Sam? Is that all right?
Of course, he says as he takes a long drag off of his cigarette.
I see that you're smoking again in a non-smoking zone.
Hey, you know.
Did you notice the smell of Febreze when you came in?
Oh, yeah, it was pungent. Gotta get rid of that. Quick, fast, and hurry.
Well, I do sometimes miss the smell of cigarette smoke.
Yeah, it's one of my few remittances, if you will.
I understand. And I go over and sit down. Do you ever have moments where you just fall asleep for 3 days and don't wake up?
I'm going to go with no. Why have you?
Yes, and I was feeling particularly rude about being so distant when you just joined the coterie, and so I thought maybe we should sit down and have a chat since I'm awake now.
I'm going to be real honest with you, Red. Everything you say makes me think you want to murder me.
Why would you say that?
Because it's like there's this layer of sarcasm covering just like veiled threat. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Oh, well then I shall do my best to be even more authentic with you.
Authenticity. What a rare commodity in these nights.
'Tis true.
I apologize if that was rude. Y'all have got me a little bit on tilt with I get here and all of a sudden everyone's gone. And I can't get a hold of anybody. I don't know where anybody's at. I'm sitting here like, yeah, everyone. You, Bosco, LC, Destiny, Jax, everyone.
That is unusual.
You don't say.
Well, that is very odd indeed.
So what were you doing for those 3 days?
Oh, I was remembering old times.
Took you 3 days to remember, 3 nights to remember old times.
They're very heavy dreams, you see.
Is this some weird kindred shit that just kind of happens?
Are you very young?
Enough.
Then yes, it's very strange kindred shit that will start happening to you eventually.
Fantastic.
And you cannot always trust it.
You don't trust your own memories?
Sometimes you can't. The layers of memory, over memory, over memory, over memory. things get lost. Truths get twisted.
And what truths did you get twisted?
I'm still working that out.
Are you okay?
Oh, yes, I'm just fine.
Okay,
Very
bullshit.
fine. It's...
I mean,
Well-
first off, you're dead, so let's start there.
Oh, well, I've been dead for a very long time. That's now very normal.
Fair enough.
But no, I will be all right. It's only seeing people who were in places you know they cannot have been, and yet you hear and see them, and they say things that they could not have said, and yet they do, and it feels so real.
Care to elaborate on that? No pressure if you don't want to. If it's still raw, we can breeze right on past that. But color me curious.
I will tell you a little bit.
Oh, that's ominous.
I remembered a time, not so long ago for us, but in the living memory of mortals, it is quite a long time ago. The beginning of this millennia. I had a vision of great import, and when I attempted to communicate this to others of our kind to save their lives, they did not believe. They were quite rude. And you I have met only recently, and yet in my dream you were there. Speaking with your voice, saying such mean things. And it was not only you, there were other faces that I saw and voices that I heard could not have been there. I know that for certain. Yet, it seems real when you are living it again.
Awesome. So crazy vampire shit causing me to start off on a back foot. Super.
I can only imagine what things you might eventually remember.
I'm not one for remembering stuff.
No?
No, what's happened has happened. You can't really do much about it. There's no point in looking back. You gotta look forward.
That is very true. And you are the sort of man who always moves forward?
I mean, there's only generally one direction for you to go in this existence.
Onward, always onward.
Yeah, something like that. So what do you mean you had a vision? Because we very, very, very lightly touched on this, and I'm not going to lie, that's got me feeling all sorts of heebie-jeebies.
Well, I had a vision of Hurricane Katrina. True vision.
Oh, dang.
And I have seen many other things besides that, of varying disastrous quality.
So you always see, like, the absolute worst shit that can happen.
Usually that isn't what it looks like, yes.
I'm so sorry.
Usually bad. Bad comes through very, very clearly. Past, present, and future.
I'm really sorry.
Thank you. 'Tis difficult.
I can imagine. mean, what do you need? What do you want? You called me here. I feel like I'm digging a little bit too deep, and I don't want to make you uncomfortable. So.
Oh, well, I just thought we should get to know each other better. Especially with the whole poof, disappeared for 3 days.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know. To be honest, Red, there ain't much to me.
No?
No.
I disagree with you on that there, Sam.
Bosco!
You're
I think
here.
there's a whole lot there. Yeah. What's going on, guys?
This looks cozy.
Lamar. Hello.
Evening.
So, Bosco,
Okay.
where you been the past few days?
I've been kind of caught up for a couple days with some heavy dreams.
Lamar, where have you been?
Just working with the Brotherhood.
So, 2 out of 3. Got it.
Yeah. You guys talking about that, what you saw? We just some weird things. I'm still kind of working out in my head what they mean.
They were quite strange.
Yeah, they were. They were indeed.
Were your dreams bad?
Well, it wasn't so much that I would say it was bad, just a recollection of past events.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt the scene real quick. Sam, you wanting to do an insight check on Lamar. What are you looking for?
See if he gave anything away.
Okay, I will let you roll. Let's see. You can go wits or intelligence. It's up to you. Insight. And I will let you use your specialization motives if you wish. Lamar, you are going to get to roll your composure and subterfuge as to how well you can keep your secrets.
All right. So
You click first the plus on the on your
yeah. How do I add
insight?
the specialization?
The
Add
way
the
to do
plus
it.
1 on the mod.
Yep, at the mod at the bottom where it has +1, -1, +2, -2, just click +1.
Got it.
3 versus 1.
Seems legit.
Yep. He being pretty forthright.
Awesome. Good to know. I'm glad that he's
Now
being
you two can
forthright.
finish your conversation.
All right. So you were having dreams of what exactly, Roscoe?
Well, guys, I don't know. This is way back in our history, Sam. This is the night of the raid on the DC Chantry.
Oh yeah, yeah. The night I killed that gangrel.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackie,
No.
you enter the room right as he says the night or the raid on the DC Chantry.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I'm still trying to work things out. I mean, I saw Eleanor was there as I think there was a character called Mal, and she was truly a fearsome creature.
Yeah, the gangrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was kill on sight back in the day.
Yeah, with good reason too.
Yeah, she pasted me up pretty good.
And Jackie, I mean, I saw you. This is what I meant. I
Good
was
evening,
thinking-
everyone, by the way. I'm sorry.
good evening, Jackie.
I'm just
Jackie.
listening to this story.
And
Hey.
you,
What's up, Jax?
and you Jackie, you were playing the part of Victoria.
Victoria who?
No shit.
Yeah, that Victoria.
No, Victoria who?
I forget her last name. But Tally's biological daughter.
Yeah,
Lamar.
Victoria Fitzhenry.
Lamar, you know
Yeah.
exactly who he's talking about.
Oh,
when he
yes.
says
Oh, yes.
you know
Yeah.
Victoria Fitzhenry quite well.
Who is this
Oh,
woman?
yes.
Oh,
She was.
I'd like to know if I'm replacing someone in a man's dreams that at least she's worthy.
She was one hell of a bloodthirsty shadow dancer.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, she was.
Oh, jeez,
Oh.
Roscoe. You
Yeah,
see me as
she-
that? Oh, honey,
Well,
we must
said,
improve
you
your
know.
opinion of me.
I mean,
So wait.
if-
Are you saying, Jackie, that you Roscoe, that you superimposed Jackie onto Victoria?
Yes, that
Yeah.
is how
And
it
in
works.
some way, shape, or form, that is indicative of
Maybe some
one's preconceptions about the other?
Subconscious
could be
conceptions. It's all
Mhm.
subconscious.
Even
And
Lamar was
Sam. Yeah, Sam looks very pointedly at Eleanor when, and I'm just kind of like, okay,
With very good reason. Sam.
yeah. And of course, Lamar was there because Lamar was there. I remember him.
Wait, the real Lamar was there?
Oh,
Why
yeah,
you gotta
Lamar
bring
was
up
there.
old shit? Why you gotta bring up old shit?
Well, I'm not bringing it up in terms of shit. I mean, we agreed to let the past be.
Did we all have dreams?
Except for Lamar, he said he was rolling around doing, what was it you said you were doing?
I was
again,
doing
Lamar?
stuff for the Brotherhood, I said.
Yeah, doing
I'm
stuff
going
for the
to insight
Brotherhood.
that.
Okay, we will keep. Lamar, you can keep your old roll, or you can re-roll if you wish.
No, Lamar's not. I'm going to forego the role because Jackie will be able to tell. Lamar is totally not saying what he was doing.
Oh, she can actually tell without even really inciting him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not even trying to
he's-
really hide it. He's just, after he said it
just
the second time.
He's just not listening to Sam's question. He's just trying not to go with Sam's questions. He doesn't want to talk about DC.
Oh, I see. Okay. But let me see.
But I'm glad.
Yeah,
You're
no, I
all-
know you're not. I know you're full of shit.
I'm glad we're all okay. That most of us are here. I prefer if Destiny was here too. So
I'm here.
Now,
Fuck!
when Destiny walks in the room, Eleanor, you're hit by a vision. Slams into you with the force of a Mack truck. You see the hedgerows again, and an empty clearing. And there's a voice. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetops. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come kindred, and then a voice cuts through it. Enough. And it's a voice you recognize. Dolly has interrupted this. You leave my child alone. And it shatters in your mind, leaving you right back where you were, though your nose is bleeding.
Eleanor!
Yeah,
And Jackie's grabbing a silk handkerchief out. Here, darling, here.
And she was only vacant for 15, 20 seconds. And her nose, when it started bleeding, it's just shot blood.
Darling. Come, let
Did
me
it
take you
happen
to the
again?
restroom. Let me clean you up.
I like, yeah, a moment.
And I take her to the restroom and clean her up. Honey, what on earth?
Let's pause right there. I think now is a good time to go to break because of where we're at. We will return in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break, everyone.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story? From the lips of Bathory. They call me Blood-sucking demon, queen of hell. Sadistic I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, break me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Ajabet Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Before the break, Dakota had finally gotten back together. And when they did, and they were all in the same room, poor Eleanor had something forced in her head. But this time there was an unexpected result. And we're going to pick up right there where Jackie has taken Eleanor to the bathroom, leaving the rest of Coterie staring in the room. And we're going to start the scene with Jackie and Eleanor in the bathroom.
And Jackie is taking a wet handkerchief and wiping the blood. It seems to have stopped.
That was so much.
Just stop. Let me clean it.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm not sure.
Do you want to tell me what you saw, or do you want to tell everyone?
I will tell you first.
Oh, okay.
It hit me very hard, and I saw the land with the hedges and the empty clearing, and there was a lullaby being sung. But then
And what, darling?
it was Dolly. Dolly struck through it.
Your sire, yes?
Yes, my sire. They were there. Somehow they cut through it. As soon as they were there, the vision ended, and it shattered, and I was here and bleeding.
Oh, honey.
It wasn't really a vision. It was something else. If Dolly was able to do that, unless Dolly can do things that I did not know that they could do.
I can't begin to understand how any of that works. Yeah.
I do not really understand how any of it works.
That seems to be a common theme throughout all our existences. It doesn't make sense how things work, but they just do.
They, indeed. I suppose it could have been the web,
Perhaps.
but I don't know. I am not that sort of spider.
Interesting. I do not know much about that. I mean, of course, I've heard things, but never anything I could validate or anything. But
It is a closely guarded secret amongst some.
Of course, and I would not dare ask for details. But
I'm not sure I could give you any if you did ask.
I believe that as well. There, you are all clean now. Would you
Thank
like
you.
to return? Or?
Yes, I think I should explain after.
Yes, it was quite a
fountain.
shock for everyone.
Yeah, poor Destiny, she just walked in.
Yeah. Oh,
But
goodness.
Jackie,
Yes,
before
darling.
we go, I dreamed of when we first met.
Did we all have dreams?
At least most of us.
I did too.
Did you dream of when we met?
No.
Something
I
else?
dreamt of something a little bit before that.
Oh. Well, you need not tell me. It was only that
It was...
I wanted to say thank you.
Darling. Of course. You are very dear to me.
You are very dear
And
to me.
I am so thankful that I just happened to be there that night.
As am I. It has been a great blessing to me.
Thank you. You flatter me.
Not at all.
Come, let us go back.
Yes.
Now we will flash to the ones in the conference room left behind. And I will let you know when Eleanor and Jackie return. So the scene is the rest of the coteries.
Sam just looks at Destiny
Yeah,
and just
I
goes,
looked at her too.
"What'd you do?"
I didn't do anything.
She got one look at you and like Geyserville.
That wasn't me. I didn't do it. I have no idea how anyone would ever have that ability. Although, if that's something that some of us can do, I'd love to figure out how to do that because that
You'd
could
love
be
to figure out
useful.
how to friggin' just geyser friggin' blood out of your nose.
No, I don't want to figure out how to geyser blood out of my nose. I want to know how to make other people geyser blood out of their nose.
Well, see, what you do is you hit with these two knuckles right
Oh no,
here.
I already know that.
Okay.
ability. I already know how to. And you can't. If you do that too hard, the pieces of the nose bone will go into the brain, and you
No,
just don't want to hit too hard.
You gotta hit up for that.
Well,
If you
yeah,
hit
duh.
straight
That's
on,
how.
you're good.
Yeah, you're gonna hit up and in, and you're gonna try to shatter things if you're doing it that way. But I mean, I don't want to be able to not touch someone and have that happen because I mean. That could be useful.
That is a skill I do not have.
Maybe I'll show you one day.
Wait, you know how to?
It's
That's right.
it's a Tremere thing.
Yeah.
Best shown to you when I'm thirsty and hungry.
Ooh, yeah.
Mar actually watches all of them talking about this. He says nothing, but he's just like watching all of them talk about this and get really excited about it. He's going to take out a notepad and start drawing. He's going to start sketching down the faces of the people he met earlier tonight.
Okay. You're going to roll intelligence and I think it's craft. Intelligence and craft, or you could go with intelligence performance, but I doubt, just performance is any kind of art performance, but intelligence craft is probably the best bet, closest.
Okay. No, Lamar will rouse.
Oh, you rouse your blood. You get hungrier. And the beast It speaks. How did it feel? Seeing the one you left behind so long ago, you abandoned. Was it worth what you gave up for what you became? Was she meaning so little to you?
Lamar chooses not to acknowledge that right now because he's not sure he wants to actually explore that answer.
And then the beast goes silent.
I'm gonna willpower that.
Okay. Won't let your willpower, so just roll 3 more dice.
Yep.
Right now you have 2 successes. But did it actually surge you? Let's see. It did not give you your surge because you didn't hit surge at the bottom of your screen. So what you will do is just roll 2 more dice.
And it didn't roll any hunger dice.
No, that he already rolled. No, he manually rolled hunger.
Oh.
So just roll 2 more. Because under the companion, you get 2 on the blood surge now. You have to hit the surge on the bottom. That didn't help you any. So you've got 3 successes. Okay, you're drawing. That scene continues for now.
So here's the big question there, Miss Destiny. Did you have a dream / trip down memory lane these past few nights? Is that why you've been persona non grata as well?
Yes. Why?
Because
that-
so
We
did
walk in at that
everybody
moment.
else. Because so did except for Lamar. Lamar said he was dealing with some stuff with the Brotherhood, but everyone else apparently, not me, but the rest of you, have been gone for the past 3 nights. So
I thought, I went to sleep and then I woke up and Hyde was very, very upset and angry.
Eleanor and Jackie come in. Eleanor's no longer bleeding.
Everything okay?
Everything's all right now, I think. Though, Destiny, did you just say you also had dreams?
Yeah, did everyone else?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
is that
Lamar?
normal?
Not sure it's normal that we would all have them all at exactly the same time.
That is not normal at all.
yeah, just me and Lamar didn't have them.
You didn't?
Yeah, I had him too.
What the fuck, man? I trusted you.
Psh. Please.
Said I
Rule
was
number
working with
1,
the
trust no
Brotherhood.
bitch.
Said I was working with the Brotherhood. Brotherhood and none of your goddamn business.
Oh, shit.
But,
All right. Noted.
but, yeah, it happened. And because of that, not because of that, I'm glad you're all here actually because there's a bigger issue on the table.
A bigger issue than someone making us basically torpid for 3 nights collectively?
Yes, because the bigger issue is something that could make us torpid or, dead for good. The lupines are on the move.
How do you know?
Because I ran into 3 of them tonight.
What circumstance?
I ran into Zhao. I was testing something she told me, and they were following her. They showed up to my meeting with her. They were following her, and when she left, they continued to follow her, so I followed them. Now, I managed to catch up with her, told her to go to the Succubus Club, go somewhere public, so that they wouldn't keep following her. Although if they go there and decide to play basketball with Portia's head, I'm cool with that too. But they're on the move, and one of them actually decided to speak to me for a couple of minutes while his buddies were trying to follow her.
You seem remarkably unscathed.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, the one I spoke to goes by the name of Tommy, and he ran into me. First, he and a couple of his buddies figured out I was in the area, but when I ran into Tommy gave me the pass to go ahead and get out of there. Says that some of them don't feel like they can really afford to have a war with us right now, and they don't want any smoke with us. But there are a lot of people like his two buddies who don't give a shit and are going to go for it anyway.
There was a lupine that was being reserved about going to war with us.
They are waiting on reinforcements.
Most likely.
No, I know this.
Oh, well then. So yeah, if those three weren't being exactly subtle about following Zal, so stands to reason that there are others out there.
Any clue why they were following?
No, they just said she was the one that they were hunting. So I told her to go.
Sorry, as Jackie walks to the table, she sets down an envelope in front of Sam and sits down in her seat.
The envelope, when you look inside of it, Sam, it's got your gun permits. Actually lists you as private security.
With the assumed name that you requested.
Fantastic. I'll be right back, and I'm going to head out to my car and get my storm case.
And while you're out there, the scene continues. You can return when it seems appropriate amount of time has passed.
So yeah, that was the start of my evening. And Lamar finishes up his drawings, and he shows everybody the sketches of the 3 individuals that he ran into. And this one is Tommy.
See, 3 successes. That's a moderate success amount. So, I mean, you would recognize him by the photo. His sketches look remarkably like what you normally see police sketches come out.
Didn't realize you were an artist, Lamar.
A couple of talents here and there.
These are quite good.
But I wanted you all to know what was going on. And since they saw my face, I might make myself a little scarce over the next few nights after this, just to make sure that hopefully they don't have a way to track us like we track people. But I've got a bolt hole I can operate out of for a bit.
Okay. Destiny, I noticed you nodded when he said that. They were on the move?
Yeah. I did. It
You've heard
correlates with the information that I've been given. Only I've heard that it's more than just the 3.
Really?
From what I've heard, there's a lot of activity happening around the city.
It sounds like the ones who don't want to fight are definitely being shouted down. I mean, we're not on their radar. If we were really on
you
their
might
radar,
be.
Yeah.
I might be, but mostly we're not on their radar. So maybe we can ride this out. Be a good idea to watch your backs the next few nights and change up your movements just in case, from wherever you choose to go. Make sure you're not followed. If necessary, buddy up.
What you're saying is observe the game, not be a player in it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, Roscoe. I like it.
I've seen most of the performances going on at the local theaters at this point. It's time to switch up. Perhaps I'll hit some galleries instead on Thursday nights.
Right about now, Sam walks back in, rolling a case behind him, and he undoes the catches on the case and starts gearing up. He slaps a Kimber 1911 on his hip and magazines, and then starts stashing guns all over the room.
Oh,
party time.
right.
Huh.
You use guns.
You came prepared?
Sam, can I ask a favor of you?
Sure.
Will you take me to a shooting range? Is that what they're called? Where you go and
Sure.
shoot guns?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Can you take me to one of those?
Do you want me to teach you how to shoot?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You
I
got your own weapons?
forgot that you used guns.
I mean, I use whatever's handy.
I've been told that you don't want to let Lupine get close because they can scar us, and I can't let this beautiful face get scars.
It would be a tragedy for the ages. Yeah, I'll teach you how to shoot.
Awesome. Thanks.
And I proceed again. I busy myself stashing guns all over the room. Just keep in mind where these are at, so that if push ever comes to shove, where you got a weapon at. And I know some of y'all got these, super cool kindred spoopy powers and shit, but a gun's a gun's a gun. Okay.
Eleanor, would you like to share your vision with the group?
Real quick, as you're stashing guns, Sam, I just rolled real quick to check. 6 successes is pretty good. You notice a telltale lump at the back of Destiny's jacket.
Mm-hmm.
That she's got a pistol in the small of her back at the moment.
Okay. I'm happy for her.
Yes, I should share. It did not have anything to do with lupines. And I do not know if it will have effect on all of us here. I saw very clearly the land with the hedges and the empty clearing. And then there was someone singing a lullaby. And it was quite threatening.
Did you recognize the voice? It wasn't the emissary.
Storyteller, did I recognize the voice that was singing?
Let's see, what shall we roll to recognize something like that? Intelligence? What do you think goes with that?
Awareness is a good choice.
Awareness is always a good choice. If you want to do intelligence awareness, I'll even let wits awareness, because there's a difference between conscious choice or just trying to go with instinct.
Okay, I'm going to do wits awareness. I'm going to willpower.
Yeah, 2 successes so far on an awful lot of dice. Three successes. No, you can't. I mean, it's familiar. But you don't think it was one voice. You think it's a combination of 2 voices, but you don't know which 2. There's an odd, overlaying or echo effect. So it was more than one voice speaking at the same time.
'Tis familiar, but I cannot say who. It may have been 2 voices at the same time, speaking together in unison, perhaps distorted. That is all I can recall.
Was it
And
2 voices? Excuse me. Was it 2 voices like 2 people talking at the same time, or was it 2 voices like an echo?
Yes, both. Like 2 speaking and yet echoing, reverberating off of one another.
I'm sorry to have interrupted. Please continue.
It's all right, Roscoe. But at that moment, my sire cut through it and broke the connection. Because I heard their voice quite clearly. And then I was back here. And I do not know what could have caused this. If it was indeed from some outer plane, or if it is something that is coming from within the web.
Barney style that for the new guy. What are you talking about?
Oh, the Malkavian web. It is something that connects all of us, children of Malkav.
That's real. I thought it was I thought it was something that y'all just made up, but kind of wish it was now.
Yeah.
Yes, I am afraid it is quite real.
So
I
is this some
am
sort-
not the...
I was just going to ask, is this some sort of like crazy kindred internet?
It is a
Or-
network of sorts.
It is... Think of it like a psychic network. All of our minds connected, some more strongly than others. Do you know how some spiders spin webs? Very ornate and some very small, and then others do not spin webs at all, and yet they are still spiders?
Yeah.
It is a bit like that.
So, again, forgive my ignorance. I apologize. You said your sire broke through.
Yes.
Based on previous conversations we've had, is that something your sire has ever done before?
Storyteller.
No, well, you did get the message that Dolly had arrived
Mm-hmm.
through that method, but you've never seen Dolly
But
interrupt.
Nothing
But you've
like
never
that
had
before.
visions forced on you either until
True.
now.
Thank you, storyteller. I have received messages from my sire before, as if they were sending to me a vision. I that is how I knew they were coming to Chicago and were here. But I have not had them break into a vision before, and
So
yet this is not a normal sort of vision. This is coming from somewhere else.
So what you're saying is, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody else was utilizing some sort of power similar to what your sire does when they contact you, and your sire put the kibosh on that. So this wasn't a vision of like the future. This was
A message.
somebody trying to fuck with you.
Yes. But whether it comes from the hedges or somewhere else, I do not know.
Okay, 2 questions. Number 1, who wants to fuck with you? And number 2, what are the hedges? Other than, the topiary.
Well, the land of the hedges is a very dangerous place.
You don't say.
It is. Well, Roscoe, would you like to tell your friend Sam about the land of the hedges?
It's a very dark place that you do not want to ever go.
Yeah, so we're just adding another one to the list then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks, Bosco.
Hey, no
Appreciate
problem.
that.
At least in our favor is the fact that it is probably a very difficult place to go.
Yeah,
You would not stumble upon it unless something wanted you to stumble upon it.
True.
You're lucky I like you, Roscoe. You're lucky I like you.
I am indeed. But this
But
is
does someone want us to stumble upon it?
we would have to be brought there. This place of the hedges does not exist on our plane. It exists outside.
Okay. So let's go back to the first question, which is, who wants to fuck with yous?
That has that sort of power? There is the Malkavian Primogen. He has already tried something, if it is coming from the web. He would have access to that. Yet, if he knows of the hedges, that begs many questions.
Why does he want to fuck with you?
Why wouldn't he? He's a monster. And I am not within his control.
Oh, so he's that kind of creep. Got it.
Mm.
So we've got lupines tonight. Just tonight, we've got lupines. We've got somebody trying to break your brain. And collectively, you all have had memory, dream, seance stuffs. Woo! It's a hot time in the old town. It's a hot time in the old town tonight, I'll tell you what.
With the memory dream things, I've never had one of those before, and it was an interesting experience. How much of what you experience or see in those is typically real?
You cannot trust everything. It is colored by your own emotional perception of the situation. It is also flavored with a blend of past and present. So you will interpose current individuals in your circle onto people that were in your past. This was your first?
Yeah, I've never had anything like that before. And
it will happen from time to time. In my personal experience, it has been regarding pivotal moments that impacted me greatly.
Yeah, I would say that the moment I experienced was pivotal.
That is usually the common thing, and it is usually, I have found, triggered by something bringing back those feelings or possibly thoughts about situation from the past.
Yeah.
Hey, Jax, I got a question for you. It's brought on by what you said. Does it also precede pivotal events in your own lives?
Not in my experience. I'm not going to say it couldn't, but it's not been my personal experience. Eleanor, has it been your experience?
I do not recall having one before a pivotal moment.
It's usually a recollection of that pivotal moment.
Indeed. I usually, in seeing things beforehand, they're quite different.
Indeed.
But Destiny?
Yes?
You are not very long in the blood, are you?
A decade?
My goodness.
So age has no bearing on whether
It usually
or not you get
does.
these
It's
things.
usually at least a half a century.
I did not have my first until I was 56.
I was 52.
Oh.
Neither of you look a day over 25.
Smooth, Sam.
Really smooth.
Like butter.
Yeah.
Jack, if anybody, are these premonitions things we need to be worried about?
With Eleanor?
I'm sorry, not the
memories.
Yes, thank you. I apologize.
Not
the
necessarily. It is usually they are the effect. the cause was some triggering event that made feelings or thoughts resurface, and then when we go to sleep, when they happen naturally. My concern about this is that it did not happen naturally.
Yeah, I mean, all of you having it at the same time.
Right. That is unusual to my knowledge. And I am very concerned about that. However, yes, there are more physical threats, such as lupine and such. I personally think as long as we keep our noses clean, we will be under the radar and not bothered all that much. But
I mean, have any of you been in a coterie like this before?
no,
No.
No.
I was partnered
Not like this.
for some time, but not in a coterie per se.
Okay, so maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe something happened to you all before I got here, clearly, that caused you all to dip back in time, if you will. I mean,
Well,
can you all think of anything?
Sam, you usually have a pretty striking effect on everybody around you. Maybe it was your arrival.
As much as I'd like to take credit for that, no, I wouldn't. No, I honestly don't see how it could be. I mean, if I am the common denominator, then so be it. But
I doubt it was you.
It's got to be something else.
The thing that is forcing visions on Eleanor, is that something that it could have forced us to?
I have no idea.
Intelligence occult, Roscoe. And anyone else who has some occult.
Jackie doesn't do the spoopy stuff.
No, Jackie arranges corridors to disappear.
Yes, she does.
Can I use any of my specialties?
Let me see what specialties you have, Roscoe. Let's see. Blood magic, grimoires. No, not for this one.
I'm going to willpower that.
You're going to willpower? Okay. So we have 2 from Eleanor, 1 from Lamar, 3 so far from Roscoe.
Come on, Bosco. You got this. Believe in you. Booyakasha.
5 from Roscoe. From what your master had told you before you were embraced, there's ways to influence dreams, ways to trigger dreams, ways to watch dreams as an observer. Now, you're not sure it would work on your kind, but you know there's ways to do those things.
That's a mage power.
Mage, but also in legend, it speaks of long before mages. The dead are known to do it. Some twisted creatures related to the Fae have been known to do it.
Okay. The demons, perhaps, that we're been dealing with. The one in Sun Chi. And
anything that ancient probably would be able to watch dreams.
That caused them. From my studies before being embraced, there are beings that can reach out and observe our dreams. I don't remember exactly whether they're able to initiate them, but there could be someone watching what's going on with us. And they're not beings such as ourselves, but very older, otherworldly type powers.
Supernaturals.
Yes, exactly.
3 nights is a pretty specific amount of time. Maybe we should check into what happened while we
Yes, actually, I was thinking I wanted to stop by the jazz club and see what has been happening in our absence in the domain.
Sam, you were awake the 3 nights they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a blood moon.
Did you notice anything
Partial.
unusual, Sam?
Partial lunar eclipse that caused the moon to look blood red from the shadow of the earth on it.
I mean, you know, I don't know if it has bearing or not. This is Bosco's bag, but I mean the moon. There was like some sort of an eclipse or something. You know, you talk about otherworldly. It don't get much otherworldly than that for me. Literally otherworldly.
Does that matter, Roscoe, to your knowledge?
It certainly could have an effect on it.
That's the only thing, because I just got here. I've been, sorting myself out, taking care of logistics, and that's the only thing that stood out to me. Was I remember looking up, night before last and being like, well, damn, that's odd. And then I'm sitting there thinking, no wait, Legolas said it was a red sun, not a red moon, so I think we're good.
The moon was red.
Well, yeah.
That is a blood moon, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but those are like, that's just like light reflecting and shit like that.
Oh, I understand.
No, they've been. It has ties to our magic. It has been for quite some time.
Interesting.
Of course it has, because, that's a thing that happens now. I was this old when I learned.
find out new stuff every night.
Hey, fucking men. I'm sorry. There's been a lot that's just been.
I am sorry that, you have been dropped into a mess.
No. It's fine. That's not. My brain is just kind of like ping-ponging between like the big trifecta we're dealing with right now, and so it's like, lupines. What hurts them? Is it like in the movies? Or
Silver bullets.
Silver.
I can get those.
Fire hurts most things.
Well, yeah, first rule of life and unlife, I found out, is don't be on fire.
Yeah.
Fair rules.
Yeah, fire bad, fire real bad. So silver bullets. I can get us a whole mess of silver bullets. I mean, that's easy. That's just, that's melting down silver and casting them and then dropping them into some cartridges.
No.
Sounds a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Well, do you think we need to practice a bit? I mean, their ballistics are a little different than lead.
Not really. Their impact is vastly different than lead, but their ballistics, lead's super soft, especially if, you fold. Anyway, long story short, I can get it. We can deal with it. And the weapons that I have are for super long range. So it's not really going to affect ballistics as it stands. But
that's your thing, Sam. Magic's my spoopy thing.
Right.
That's yours. So,
Bosco, I've said it to you before. I'll say it to you again. Your magic is awesome. Your magic has saved my ass. But if there's one thing I can give you that'll save your life, it's the tools. When it's another tool in your toolbox, man.
I fear I am under-equipped for this.
Well, let's get you equipped.
No, it's beyond that. I have avoided war.
Well,
That's
I have no skill at it.
I'm not talking about going to war. I'm not talking about going to war, ladies and gents. I'm talking about, if you're out handling your business on a nightly basis and suddenly you're running into 3,
I have protection.
He's not talking about going to war. He's talking about surviving the war we've been thrust into.
Precisely.
I usually get on a private plane and leave.
Is that an option here?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
So I'm going to start working on that.
Speak to my man, Etienne, please. If he needs ammunition, I would appreciate if you would assist him.
Oh, yeah. Just give me a list of who needs it, and I'll get it to him.
Okay.
And I'll set up, not tomorrow night, but the night after. We'll all go to the range and get familiarized with our weapons.
Etienne is skilled. But
so so that's going to handle that, because like I said, if Lamar is out going for a walk again, I want him to have options if he gets rolled up on by 3 friggin' lupines.
that's fine. That's fine. We can do that. Is there anything else we must discuss? Because I would like to go out to the jazz club, and anyone is free to join me if you wish. Sam, you would like, I'm sure, a tour of the domain a bit, yes?
Absolument.
Très bien.
So, I know we have Jackie's wanting to go to the jazz bar. Sam, does Destiny plan to pull Eleanor and Destiny aside, and Jackie aside real quick before?
Destiny's actually going to pull Lamar aside.
Okay.
Lamar, can we talk for a minute before we head out with everyone else to the jazz bar?
Yeah. Let's go.
Thanks. And we go to whatever room is private-ish, so.
Actually, it's funny because Jackie's been slowly converting multiple rooms into conference rooms because she's brought up before that she's planning to offer the service of private meetings in neutral territory.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar will escort Destiny to one of the conference rooms. He'll open the door and let her enter first.
So she's going to enter, and after the door is closed, she's going to take the pistol or handgun or whatever it was.
Beretta, 9mm.
Yeah, so she's going to just put that on the table. God, this feels so weird having this back here. I don't like that at all. That's not why I brought you here. You were here, not here. Sorry. This whole dream thing has got me off kilter. You were in New York. Right around the time that I was embraced, right? I mean, I know that you were a part of that whole situation.
Yes, I was.
I was a little preoccupied, during the whole embrace and the subsequent days after that. Were there any explosions in New York around that time?
Well, the night that the hit on Delilah was put out, someone else there. I can't tell you who because I didn't see them. But they gave me enough of a heads up to get the hell out of the area. And I got out of the building just in time to see the top tower where, the area where Delilah's place would have been. Yeah, it went up like a candle on the 4th of July. And that's why I assumed she was dead, because you don't walk away from that kind of explosion. You might fall from great height and slam to the ground, but you don't walk away from that. Apparently she did somehow, but yeah, I never saw the guys I sent in again.
Did the guys you send in caused the explosion?
No, because we weren't. No, I wasn't going to let him take. We're not trying to draw that kind of attention. So.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the info. Let's
No problem.
go to the jazz bar.
So, the rest of the coterie, what were you doing while Destiny and Lamar were in the other room? Because you did hear Destiny say she wanted to speak with him before you all went as a group.
Red, you good?
Oh, I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to get out, though. Roscoe,
Yes.
if these visions were coming from the emissary or whomever they are emissary to, how likely is this to make them very angry? Do you think?
How likely is what to make them very angry?
That this vision, if it came from them, was interrupted by my sire.
Yeah.
Interrupting their plans.
Hard to say. They may just take it as, they'll try again later. I honestly don't know.
Neither do I, but you are so knowledgeable of such things.
Unfortunately, not about everything. There are limits.
Not yet. There's time.
Eleanor, I have asked Mr. Green to oversee security of the club for now. I prefer him not to do the floor management. The bartenders are complaining quite vocally. That's going to be a problem if it continues. I think we might want to consider having him be your personal ghoul, and then we obtain someone else to oversee the club.
I think that is a very good idea, and after our conversation in the car ride over, I was thinking that might be what we need to do.
I think so.
Hey.
I think everyone will be much happier.
And hey, don't let old Bosco fool you. If you don't know, he can find out.
He can.
Mhm,
He has proven this before.
He's real smart.
Very.
I'll pay you later, Sam.
But Sam, I would appreciate if you'd stop smoking inside the club. If you would like a smoking area, I can provide one for you on the roof.
Actually, yeah. That would be appreciated.
I can arrange it. I am doing some rehab of the place. Now that Jonathan is gone, his influence can be wiped out. And I can arrange
this. Is that guy you told me about, Bosco?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm going to be restructuring not only the aesthetics of the place, I'm also going to be redesigning the format that we play. So it will be more popular amongst kind and kindred alike.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's about this time you see Destiny and Lamar come back in the conference room.
All right, so we going to hear some good old Chicago jazz?
Absolutely. Let's go to Joe's.
Allons-y.
So as you step out into the night, I'll let anyone who wishes to roll wits awareness, because I make everyone roll it when you go wander around, whether something's happening or not, because I don't want to give it away if something is happening by making you roll. And then dice fly every which way. Wits awareness from Eleanor. 6. Impressive, Eleanor. Very impressive. 4. 5 from Sam. Really nice. Lamar, 2.
And Jackie got 4.
Okay, as you set out, Sam, and you're getting the tour, they take a longer route to show you the expanse, where the domain starts, where it ends, and all those things. As you pass the steakhouse, you do notice that it's still closed at the moment, because it had a police raid not long ago.
Do I notice the evidence sticker on the front door?
Yeah, it's actually closed because the cops came in awful heavy, They busted in the front door. They didn't have to, but they did. Shattered half the glass in the place. And generally were extremely heavy-handed. Did more property damage than honestly needed to be done. And the place is called Sylvester's Steakhouse, of all things.
Fucking cops.
Sylvester's having a bad night.
Yes.
I
But-
mean, that's your domain.
I know.
They probably have business insurance to pay for that, right?
Indeed.
Jonathan owned it, which means it was in the shell company that Jackie now has access to. So, though oddly, she left it in his shell corporation's name, linked to his false identity, not to hers.
Absolutely.
Someone should sue that department.
Yes,
Should,
I
but-
am certain that will be done. I am
Awesome.
certain that will be done. Yes, unfortunately, there was rumors of some kind of drug ring going on in there, and they came in heavy, busted up the place, and found nothing.
Imagine that.
Well, I mean, Sylvester's got a lot of sweeping ahead of him.
Nah,
Let's say that.
it'll be done.
Oh, is this one of y'all's places?
It was.
It was.
It was. Okay.
It was.
And what exactly? I mean, were y'all running drugs out of it?
No.
No.
It was a steakhouse.
No.
It was a steakhouse.
Look, I've met all kinds.
I am not going to
don't bite
talk
the
about it
hand.
on the street.
I thought we were in the car.
Oh, you're getting the tour on foot.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah, no, cool.
We can
Awesome.
discuss later.
Yeah, I understood.
So just a few doors up, come to Joe's Jazz Bar. Nice little place. Seems to have come into some money because it looks definitely like it's been modernized compared to a lot of the other buildings on the street. New sound system. And of course, as you walk in, the bartender, you see him nod at the group,
I give him
and
a smile.
he points at the liquor behind him, and
Lamar looks around to see if certain people are in attendance tonight.
Kathy is at that back table.
Damn it!
It's, Sam, it's his old girlfriend.
Oh, Lamar's got a girl? Spill
Does
that
anyone
tea,
point
bro.
her out to him? Does anyone point her out to
I
Sam?
don't. I start
I-
walking up to Joe.
And but I will kind of not
No.
finger point like that one back there, but
Just kind of do that
no-
number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's
Just
cute.
a
Good job,
friend.
Lamar.
Just a friend of the.
That's what he says.
Just a friend of the coterie. Let's. No need to make it a.
She
Federal
looks
case.
over her, Jackie looks over her shoulder. Find yourselves a seat. And when the
I
waitress
mean-
comes by, order drinks.
You know, it's a little more Tisha Adams for my taste, but hey, it takes all kinds.
Lamar's going to go find a seat on the opposite end of the club.
Okay, well, Kathy seems to notice everybody as you all come in, but she doesn't. She just kind of slightly nods her head and goes back to listening to the music. Now, Jackie's going up to speak with the bartender, Joe.
Mhm.
Everyone else. So Lamar's you're not going to sit with the rest of your coterie, or are you just going to find a seat all the way hiding?
He's just going to find a place to post up across the club.
Okay. Where's everyone else going to sit? But technically, you have a table.
Is it crowded tonight, or is there generally open tables? Or
I mean, there's a table reserved. One thing Jackie's made sure of is that there's always a table for your group.
Mm-hmm.
let's go sit at the reserve table.
Lead on,
It's ours.
boss.
What's Eleanor and Destiny? You sitting at the same table?
I'm going to go to the reserve table with the boys.
Destiny's going to look between where Lamar is sitting and the reserved table. Kind of like back and forth a couple times, being like, where do you
Sam
like-
leans in. He's trying to give his girlfriend room to come sit by him.
She goes and sits with Lamar.
Oh,
Okay.
the drama.
when
Boss,
Jackie
you
gets
didn't
over to
tell
the
me it
bar-
was this-
I have roused for blush of life as I was walking over because there is more light at the bar than there is.
Yeah, I've roused as well for blush.
I'll do that as well.
You can always, at the bottom of your character sheet, hit rouse next time, Mickey.
Yeah,
and it will automatically increase your hunger if you fail it.
Cool.
Got a lot of good rouse checks, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Lamar is going to rouse. He's over in the dark part. He don't care. So when you get close to it.
Joe.
Hey, Jacqueline.
Hey, how are you?
Going all right. Business is good.
Yeah, I see. It looks like it's thriving.
It is. I thought that whatever happened there at Sylvester's would have hurt the business, but not really.
No. Sylvester's, it's really weird. I think someone, possibly a competitor, was trying to set me up or something.
I believe it. That place was, look at it compared to what was around it.
Yeah.
It's a little high class. Somebody probably just decided that let's punish the...
Exactly. So, I'm dealing with that. But I just wanted to see, because I'd had to step away for a few days for another business interest that I had. And I was wondering if everything's been okay.
The violence is way down.
Good.
The money's coming in good.
Good. Anything unusual?
Let me roll real quick. I like to...
And we get our bonus for the domain, right?
Mm-hmm. But I'm rolling just to see if he might have heard some events. The homeless, for a while, they dropped down. They're starting to...
I noticed. They're picking
edge back
up.
in.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard... You're not going to believe this. I actually heard of... There's like 3 or 4 homeless fighting each other the other night.
Where was this?
It's go out the door, take a left.
Okay.
Or no, wait a minute. Go out, take a right. Yeah, take a right, which actually puts it up in the Wicker Park rack.
It actually puts it in the rack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see. Well, they weren't messing around on this street.
No, but, you don't normally hear homeless duking it out in the middle of the street, but...
The weather's warming up.
Yeah.
Makes people agitated.
I know. It's just...
Interesting.
It's weird.
Yes.
But hey, it didn't happen in front of this place.
Exactly. And that's what's important. Don't want to drive away customers.
That's right. Because that cuts into my tips.
Exactly.
I've already sent you and your friends usual
normal
over to
orders.
the table.
Very good. Very good. And do have the waitress come by. We have another guest with us tonight.
Yeah.
And I would like for
she's going to bring him to... She's been sent to the table. She'll ask him if he wants something because he's not one of the regulars.
Perfect.
So.
And the band sounds amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
We took your advice and did some improvements.
Good. I'm very pleased. I'm so glad that things are working out for you, Joe.
Well, the extra money coming in helps to hire better talent.
Absolutely. And it also helps you focus on saving for retirement.
I don't think I'm going to get to retire. I'll be at this bar till I die.
Let's hope not, darling.
I wouldn't know what to do with free time. I feel weird. I'd probably end up going to a bar.
You don't say.
Yeah,
Well, Joe, thank you so much, and you enjoy your evening, okay? Yeah. And she actually puts a $100 bill in the tip jar
and
for him.
He grabs it, or he looks at it, and he pulls the 100 out, because you don't want to just leave that in the tip jar. People may not tip him after that. And he nods to you. Now, while she was over there talking and everyone else sat down, we'll come back to Destiny and Lamar in a second. Eleanor and Roscoe and Sam there. Waitress comes over, brings Eleanor and Roscoe as usual, and she looks at you. Can I get you anything, sweetie?
Bottle of beer, something local.
Okay. You want a good IPA?
Sure.
And you're with them. It's on the house.
Fantastic. Love the service already. That is the right price.
And she gets a smile on her face and looks at you and kind of eyeballs you up and down a second.
And then she
wanders back over to the bar to get your drink. Now, what is Lamar? You see Destiny sit next to you.
Evening.
Couldn't leave you to the wolf.
I actually appreciate that.
Why'd you choose to sit over here all by yourself instead of at the reserved table?
Trying to keep my head down. It's been a strange night, and like I said, trying to keep my head down, not trying to invite any problems. That starts by not inviting any problems.
So your options of not inviting problems and keeping your head down is instead of sitting in the group where there's power in numbers, you're going to come into this dark corner all by your lonesome, and you're going to sit here and just wait for what?
Well, wait for someone to come and hang out, which seems to have worked already.
Here I am.
I'm behind on my art book reading. And
You're what?
Oh, studying art, trying to learn a little bit more about it.
Why?
Why not? If I'm going to, I don't know, play the game and get to, what's that word? Fit in around here. I'm gonna have to go to one of these galleries sometime, aren't I? Be seen, maybe pretend like I know what the hell I'm talking about in case someone comes up and asks a question.
You're not. Why would you need to try to fit in? Your kind doesn't really care about art.
Oh, there are plenty of Lasombra artists. There are plenty of my people who enjoy debates and stuff on that whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know. Doesn't seem like that, but
No, it doesn't. And I'm surprised that you're wanting to present as interested in that. That's not how I pegged you.
I'm trying to keep people guessing, but throw them off their game when you suddenly break out like you know something, as long as that's at the right time.
Yeah. Yes. So, question.
Possible answer.
How the fuck do you sit in a booth comfortably when there is a stupid fucking piece in the back of your back?
Well, I don't put it in my back. I have a shoulder holster.
But this is sheer. I can't have a shoulder holster if I wear sheer things or things that don't have shoulder straps.
Well, that's when you got to make the choice. You got to make a choice. You're going to dress for utility. You're going to dress to look good. I mean,
I'm what I am. I'm going to dress to look good.
Although there is a way you can get around that. Thigh holster.
Thigh holster.
Yeah.
But what if I'm wearing pants?
Okay, well, you don't wear it when you wear the pants. But I'm sure you've got a leather jacket laying around somewhere, or a jacket of some kind. Shoulder holster for that. Thigh holster for those lovely gowns you wear. And
I just want knives in my boots. That's all I want is just knives in my boots.
And that's great, but what happens the night you need something with a little more stopping power? And a knife's a risk if they see you coming with it, or if they ambush you. Knife's a risk.
Yep, that's what I've been told. Guess I'm gonna have to figure this out.
However, you can also just get, you're not actually tucking it. You know what? I'd suggest definitely go with the shoulder holster or the thigh holster if you're going to dress up. Shoulder holster if you're wearing a jacket. Thigh holster if you're going to dress up. Most people aren't fast enough to draw from the back anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna need to go get a whole new wardrobe.
Give me a night or two, I can get you a shoulder holster for when you need one.
You're not gonna buy my thigh holster?
Well, I wasn't going to be that forward, but I mean, I can.
I mean, I don't really have a lot of money, so I know that you have the connections in the South Side. So if you spot me,
I know a guy. I'll talk to you a couple nights about it.
cool.
Okay.
That's awesome. So let's just kind of chill. Maybe I can.
You can tell me about
No.
jazz. You can tell me about jazz because
I thought you were going to be reading an art book.
That's later. I can do that. I can do that at home. I'm out right now.
All right, I'd love to tell you about jazz.
Okay, now we're going to flash to the other four, setting as Lamar and Destiny. This conversation goes on for a bit. Jackie returns, of course.
And she sits down in front of what is obviously her drink. It is a whiskey neat.
I turn the scene over to the other four of the coterie to have their chats.
Is Sam, once he gets his beer, goes to the bathroom and comes back a few moments later, and he's taking a long pull off of it and just kind of holding it in his hand, sits back down. So,
Jackie
is this one of
takes
your joints too?
Jackie takes a sip. I have influence in this place. I do not. Well, I have controlling interest, but it's a partnership.
Emphasis on control, right?
Not as much as you would think or assume.
Oh. Do tell.
Another time. Now, Joe let me know. He, said that overall things have been very calm, that there's been decrease in violent activity within the neighborhood, and which is exactly what my goal was. And it has also been generally quiet. There is an uptick, of course. I have noticed. I don't know if everyone else has noticed, but there has been an uptick in homeless. And he said that a few nights ago, up the road a little ways in the area that we do not control, that there was homeless fighting homeless.
I mean, you're spitting distance from Wicker Park.
Yeah, that's where he was talking.
So, I mean, that's a Tuesday?
Indeed, and but it is of note because there are certain parties that have influence within that societal group, and they oppose each other.
So, you got two big bosses causing bum fights in Wicker Park.
Pretty much.
Because that's
And one I
subtle.
know for certain has militarized his.
Friend or foe?
Friend. At least I believe so.
Well, let's call him an ally.
Ally is more appropriate.
Yeah. So,
And then the other is a madman.
awesome. Is this a place that we can
Quietly.
talk with an asterisk?
With an asterisk. And quiet.
Got it. So, the madman.
Indeed.
Is this the same guy who's given Red Trouble, or is this somebody else?
Somebody else.
So Chicago's just a great big old bucket of crazy.
Of course it is.
So it's Tuesday.
Pretty much.
Got it.
Yes, we
Well,
have come into... I don't even know what to call it. Arrangement of sorts with that crazy individual to generally keep aggression down. And it is probably coming time that he wants his payment.
So he's going to expect us to do what?
I will have to deliver information.
Okay. Do you have information to deliver?
I do. Benign information everyone knows.
That was the next question.
I am not new to this, Sam.
Never underestimate
I don't.
what people know or don't know.
I don't. But he also...
But the question needs to be asked. Right?
It does.
Just like you'd ask me.
It does.
Regardless of whatever experience I have, I'm still young in y'all's eyes.
Well, you are just an unknown to me. Your age matters not.
Yeah, see? So
Potential is what matters.
So you gotta ask. So benign information, not gonna hurt us or anybody that we owe.
Right.
Fantastic.
Because
And
the individual that set up the arrangement with us basically understands that we are not powerful and as connected as need be to get valuable information.
Well, that begs the question, how powerful is the guy that's wanting information from you? I mean, if he's willing
On
to press-
visual inspection, 60 strong. And that was what was seen.
So he's got his own little private army.
Indeed.
And it was around about this time that my predecessor decided to go dip his wick in forbidden waters.
Right about that time, yes.
Is there a corollary there, or was it...
No, I just think that he was thinking about himself instead of all of us.
Yeah,
Because you see, that is important, to me at least, that we are all on the same page, that we all take the group concerns to heart.
Yeah. I can concur with you there.
Good.
So, what is it the madman wants?
Come, sit by me.
I will slide my chair over and pretend to take another drink.
Don't mind this, it's just for appearances, and she basically leans in a flirty pose with him. And she says, the man presumes he is ruler.
Sam just kind of... Oh.
Mm-hmm. And, well, it is a mess, really. But he would like for us to get information on individuals within the political structure of the city.
Oh, you're naughty. And he sort of leans back.
You have no idea.
Oh, oh, that's delightful. That's delightful. Oh, the ideas, the plans, the silk. Okay.
The woman that was pointed out to you, Sam, you all actually noticed because she's noticeable. She stands up, starts heading towards the door. Now she walks by the table. She stops and turns and looks. Good evening.
At which table? Ours?
At your table, yes.
I nod to her and say, "Good evening, Kathy."
Hello, Jacqueline.
Hello.
And Eleanor and Roscoe. And who is this friend you have? I don't recognize him.
You're right, you don't.
She holds her hand out.
I will
It's
stand.
Kathy.
I will stand and take her hand. Nice to meet you, Kathy.
Nice to meet you. Are you going to be with this group often?
Remains to be seen.
Maybe we'll run into each other again.
Maybe we will. Wouldn't that be a treat?
It would. And she smiles at you. And you catch her eyes cut over towards Lamar as she does. I've got to be run out of here now. I've got my friend. He's waiting for me at the door.
Oh, well, I don't want to keep you, but
Jackie's eyes
know.
are looking at the door when she says that.
Nero is standing at the door.
you have yourself a fine evening, ma'am.
Do give him my regards.
Oh, I will. We're supposed to go out.
Have fun.
We'll try.
That is all we can do.
It was nice meeting you, Sam. It was nice seeing the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes and starts walking out. As she goes to walk out, of course, she looks over at Lamar and Destiny. And she gives Destiny a smile and she nods at Lamar. Though the smile she gives you, Destiny, is more of a rictus than a smile. Now, Sam, you see the one waiting as she walks up and puts her arm in his, the one waiting at the door. Long hair. Good looking man, except there's a coldness about his face and a coldness in his eyes and a complete lack of any kind of emotion showing on his face.
Mm-hmm.
As they take her arm. And you see him look over. His eyes flash first to Destiny and Lamar and into the rest of the coterie.
And Jackie smiles at him.
And he just barely nods his head at Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of them walk off.
Okay, Bosco, I feel like you're telling tales.
What do you mean?
Oh, you said that was Lamar's lady.
No, not really.
Not really. You were just taking
No.
the piss.
Yeah.
Got it. I can appreciate that. It's always good to take the wind out of someone's sails. You know, I try to do it to myself as often as possible, in case y'all could pick up on that, so that other people don't do it for me.
And that was Kathy.
So she said.
And the one at the door was Nero.
As an emperor?
Perhaps. He seems to think he seems to think he owns her.
That's a pretentious ass name. What the hell is it with people and pretentious ass names?
I do not know.
He's a crow. So that was stressful.
Just relax. It's okay. Kathy is,
I mean, do you make it a habit of letting people into your domain uninvited? Because I get the feeling...
No, she is actually tied to the sheriff.
Well, see, that's good information to have.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Who is
She plays in a band with the sheriff. And while
I'm
she
sorry,
has...
what?
Mm-hmm, indeed. They have a band that plays at the Succubus Club every Thursday evening.
The place we're not supposed to go.
Indeed. And, honestly, considering her associations, Nero's really not a concern to me as much as her association with Damien.
Wait. Damien the Bruja is sheriff in Chicago.
Yes.
Well, damn. All right, Prince Jack.
Yeah. And we have decided that while she remains amicable and friendly, she is allowed to come and enjoy our jazz club. She treats it with respect and does not cause problems.
Well, that's a good rule to have, I guess.
Indeed.
If she was just some troublemaker trying to friggin'
Oh, she is a troublemaker to some extent. She's trying to basically lure Lamar into a tryst.
Oh, a tryst.
Mhm.
That's a $10 word. Loaded with meaning. Well, you know what they say, you can't spell subtext without sex.
That's true. And she is relatively young, and Nero is very detached.
Yeah, he looked a little
Flat?
hollow.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
Yeah, like somebody friggin' took can't think of it, auger,
An
and
auger
just
to
stuck it
him.
up his ass and
Mhm.
just twisted that sumbitch and pulled.
Yes. Yes.
And you see Lamar and Destiny approaching the table. And at the same time, you hear a very loud motorcycle out in front of the jazz bar. Extremely loud. And there's a man sitting on it that everyone except Sam has met. Dredd is currently sitting on this motorcycle right in front of the club. I'm going to
The
share
bar.
his picture, or in front of the jazz bar.
Excuse
his
me.
picture.
Let me go see what he wants.
Let me find his
Oh,
picture real quick so I can let people see.
I think we know.
You know.
I said, I think we know.
He's got a slightly dark complexion. Mediterranean for sure.
Greek.
Well, you can't tell he's Greek by the look of him, but he's
Yes, you
definitely
can.
Mediterranean. Hair slicked back. Definitely in a set of leathers. And for someone like Lamar and Sam, who's this first time he's seen this individual, the way he sits on the bike and the way he's idling there, he definitely is the type that knows how to handle himself. He's just sitting in front of the jazz bar on the motorcycle looking.
Looking at Jackie.
Well, you can't tell.
I'm
from
walking
this
to the
distance.
door.
Well, once she gets out, he actually smiles.
Dredd.
Hey, Jackie, I swung by the club and you weren't there.
No.
I figured I'd check here next.
What can I do for you?
Want to go for a ride? Just figured I'd pop in, see if you want to go. Take a ride on my bike tonight. Just,
You know what?
Tyrus didn't have anything for me tonight, so I figured, what the hell?
Sure. Give me a moment to let my friends know.
I'll be right here. You want me to turn the motorcycle off?
Please, because it's drowning out the music.
I figured as much. He shuts it off, and he gets that, once again, that almost insolent yet charming grin he has.
Yes. And Jackie goes in and goes back to the table. It appears Dredd would like to have a conversation with me this evening.
Okay.
So,
Have fun.
I
Have
will
fun, Jackie.
Be safe.
always. I'm sure
Make
I
sure
will
you-
not come to harm. So, have a good evening. And she
Good
takes
night,
out her
Eva.
phone and calls Etienne to let her know that she will have an escort home this evening and he can return.
And you go out, and Dredd looks you up and down. Pretty sure you're not the helmet type.
If you aren't, I'm not.
So you're saying you trust me?
I do.
I like that. Hop on.
And I do.
And the two of them ride off. And as they ride off, I will turn over to a final scene between the rest of the coterie. As you see, Dredd actually looks over at the rest of the group and just nods as Jackie settles in behind him on the motorcycle. And he cranks it back up and heads down the street.
Who is that?
That's Dread.
Remember what I just said like 2 seconds ago about pretentious ass names?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, he can back that up though.
That doesn't stop it from being pretentious.
Oh, so,
You know what?
Nero.
Next time you see him, you go ahead and tell him that, and I will back you up from like about 40 feet back.
What if his mother gave him that name, though? Like, you can't control the names that you're given.
But, I mean, look, your pretentious names, Nero, Dread, Sam. I mean, what's in the name?
Okay.
A rose by any other name, right?
I lean in towards Sam, cup my hands around my mouth, and whisper in his ear, Dread is an archon.
Neat. Okay. Well, gotta respect the chain of command, I guess.
So he can back it up.
Oh, I mean, doesn't stop it from being a pretentious ass name. And yes, I will tell him as such, and yes, I will get punched in the face for it, but I may or may not survive it. So Bosco, it was nice knowing you.
Oh, you'll live through it. You'll love it.
Oh, I'm sure. So here in the next couple of nights, I mean, do you guys, who do y'all have firearms at your disposal?
Yeah.
I really don't. Never relied on them.
I should say the ability to get them.
Yeah. No. I've always relied on you, Sam, to back me up in that department.
Well, Lamar, you said you did. Do you have the means to get them?
Yes, I do. I know a guy.
Fantastic. We should take these people shopping.
That couldn't hurt.
It really couldn't. It really couldn't. And then we take them to a little to the pop place and get them taught up, and Bob's your uncle. Suddenly, everyone, I feel a lot better about my purpose here being to increase y'all's readiness.
In the meantime, probably going to head out.
Well, hold on a second before you go. What exactly is the deal with Kathy and you? Because she was eye-fucking the shit out of you, man.
It was almost a thing, but I'm taken, so.
So it's you and Destiny then?
As I said,
look, blame Roscoe. He's giving me all sorts of intel here.
As I expect nothing less from Roscoe. But I'm taken, and also the whole thing with her and Nero, they have a lot of issues they need to work out for themselves. I'm not getting in the middle of that.
Yeah, that seemed like about 20 pounds of crazy in a 2-pound sack. Boy, howdy, you sure do know how to pick them, don't you, LC? First you have Victoria, now you got this. What the hell, man?
Yeah, I know how to pick them. And with that, Lamar's going to turn and head out.
And as Lamar leaves, Jackie's riding off with Dread. This is where we are going to end Season 3, Episode 1 of Windy City After Dark. Now, of course, as always, for the viewers of this episode, please pop over to the Discord. Go over to Chi-Town chat and vote on who gets the viewer vote for XP. Who do you think deserves a bonus XP for this episode? Because that's the way we do it here, and we love sharing the XP. You have until, 7 p.m. Monday, tomorrow, to get your vote counted. Now, of course, if you like what we're doing, please, right over here, you can check out the links over there. We talk about it. You can follow us here on Twitch. You can give us a subscription on Twitch. All subscriptions go to the channel. If you want to give something to the players involved to show your appreciation of what they're doing, bits and donations go to the players, not to Relin or I. It's we're not in this to make money, but it's our way just to give something to the players who do put aside their time to play with us. And, without the players, it would just be me. And it's just not as much fun. So, you want like other good content, check over here. check out the merch. I'm going to let Relyn handle talking about some of this merch stuff.
We have new Season 3 Windy City After Dark merch available. We have multiple mugs available. One with the cast portraits on it and multiple variations on color for word cloud ones of all your favorite phrases that come up in Windy City After Dark, including Bosco and oh to fuck off
And tea.
and tea
And Ask Delilah.
and Ask Delilah and all
Hey
kinds
there,
of
Delilah.
I mean, basically something from everyone at the table is on this mug as far as a quote. It's fantastic. And then we have also a t-shirt that was requested by our viewer Maddox with a portrait of Destiny and Jackie with hashtag tag team.
Which really should be hashtag cockblock tag team. But, we'll go
That's too
tag team.
long. But instead, and we also have a Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would. And I did not say motherfucker because there's rules on Zazzle about certain things. And yes, I could have put the curse word, but then I'd have to up the age limit on it and all that. And it just would have been a nightmare. So that is in there as well. So go check it out. And on top of that, Combustion Girl made us an amazing new Season 3 poster, as you see in Shanky's
We got
background.
Season 1 and Season 2 behind me.
Yep. So all of that now is available in our Zazzle store. You will see the link over in chat. Sorry, this way. And I've also added for our new campaign that is being run on Saturdays, the Call of Cthulhu 7E stream of the London Esoteric Society. There is now a mug for that and a pin, like a pin you wear on a jacket or something else that you can get for that game. There's merchandise for them as well. So go check that out. And that's going to lead me into schedule, I believe. So for schedule, we have, of course, you've sat with us this Sunday for Windy City After Dark Season 3 premiere. Coming up on Wednesday is the premiere of our mini-series of Monster Hearts 2, Home I Love to Hate.
And you'll see a familiar face.
I will be running that game. It's anticipated to be 3 sessions. We are pre-recording them and then streaming them on Wednesdays. It will premiere on Wednesday, June 9th at 8 p.m. So do come back on Wednesday and join us for that.
Berlin's not the only familiar face either.
You will also see Mickey Bear in there. And then we have on Saturday coming up is the London Esoteric Society Call of Cthulhu at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday will be episode 2 at 5 p.m. Eastern of Windy City After Dark.
And this episode here sets the stage for what's coming, sets a few various other plots and motions and lays the groundwork and honestly shows the coterie trying to figure out how to integrate one Samuel Grant into the cohesive group that's around him. Should be a fun season, and I'm looking forward to this. And now we're going to go into my Chops outro because that's very important. Because mental health is no joke. It is not a laughing matter. It is a very serious subject. Please check in on those around you, your loved ones, your family, your friends, even people you don't like. Just please check in on them, make sure they're okay, because they may not be okay. And people need help. And sometimes it just takes a kind voice or just somebody asking if they're okay to help them out a little bit. And if you are someone who suffers from mental health issues, please look over right here in the chat. There is a list of numbers and text lines you can contact 24 hours a day, free of charge. They don't judge you. They're just there to talk to you and help you get through it, because we all can't bear it alone, and that's what friends are for, and that's what everyone with us is for. And it's a very important subject. There's nothing wrong if you need help once in a while, because we all do. It's a tough life, and you need help and friends to carry you along sometimes, and sometimes professionals. So from the cast of this amazing show, welcome back to Windy City.
And go get vaccinated if you haven't.
Yep.
Seriously, protect yourself and others. Get vaccinated.
Yeah, it's just a little shot, just a little prick.
It's just a little prick.
That's what she said. So from the cast of this amazing show, I'm glad we're back, and I hope you are too. Good night, everybody.
Good night.